For 2 years now, Chris Eubank Jr. has been trying to get this fight with Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was actually in line to fight him first early last year before the Majamal fight was handled. A lot of people didn't like the matchup between Eubank Jr. and Terrence Crawford. But then months later, Eubank Jr. had possibly fight of the year with Conor Ben, which shook up the boxing world, and a lot of people was actually interested in that fight and thought that it was a classic, instant classic fight. One of the best fights they've seen in boxing in a long time. And the odd thing about that is Terrence Crawford was actually going to be a guy that could have fought him. And I know that the time limit was different. It would have happened last year, and he fought Ben this year. But if you look at what was happening last year, Chris Eubanks was actually trying to get in the ring with Terrence Crawford first at 160. And people said that was a horrible fight. People got to remember that. I don't know if everybody remembers that, but they said Eubank was a horrible fight with Terrence Crawford. Then months later, they're talking about how Ben versus Eubank is a classic. So I don't know how that matchup is actually looked at. I don't know if people just like Eubank against lower level competition. But as far as I know with the numbers, he's a big name. And Eubank later on that year tried to fight Canelo Alvarez. And Eddie Reynoso said he came to the table too late and other things allegedly about the action of certain money. And it was just too many it was a big conversation that too late, too late in the schedule. It was late in the summer, middle of the summer, I think. And they were already having Berlanga as an option. So they went ahead with Berlanga. But Chris Eubank, that was a fight they said they never would look at again. And then Eddie Reynoso, after the Berlanga fight, said that he would actually look towards a Eubank fight again, possibly. Even though the situation last time, the talks fell through, he said he would actually look at that fight again. So that leaves two fighters, the guys who just fought. One of the guys that they've been in negotiations with recently, Eubank Jr., both Canelo and Crawford, he's still interested in fighting them. And the reason they didn't fight is, for different reasons, but both of those guys were possibly on track to fight him. So I don't know how much of that has actually changed because they fought each other and Crawford has won undisputed for the third time. And then he won it at 168, and that's a fight at 160. I don't know if they would do a situation for a fight at 168. I don't know if that would makes much sense for anybody. I don't know if Eubank would leave that weight class and continue to fight at a 68 weight class. It all depends. Terrence Crawford said he wanted to go back down to 160. I mean, he wanted to go down to 160, interested, possibly to do anything, 75. It don't matter. I mean, it's up to him as far as the possibilities. Anything can happen at this point. That's why people aren't really tripping over things that could happen, because there's a lot of possibilities when you're talking about Terrence Crawford. Most other guys, they'll just be in that one weight class. But with him, it's different. He's moving around. He was going to go from 47 to 60, which is something odd. He wasn't even going to go to 54 at one point. It was going to be a Eubank Jr. fight. But for some reason, I feel like Eubank Jr. is going to be an option for one of these guys. Canelo versus Eubank Jr. right now is actually, in my eyes, a top 3 choice for Canelo. Canelo doesn't have a lot of choices, and Eubank brings a lot of fans. It'll be a huge fight. It'll be actually huge if Canelo Eubank was the fight. Right now, I'm leaning more towards Eubank versus Canelo than I would a Crawford versus Eubank Jr. But who knows, man? Anything can happen. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe. Yeah, let the other video do what they supposed to do.